temperature 39.89 degrees. Local time is 20:05:44 GST. All systems nominal.
Welcome to Plum Wine, what I think is probably the most challenging mission in the game for me. As you know, I've recorded this a lot. I just want to do successful runs as much as possible. Anyways, we are trying to keep a convoy of staff members from escaping. The Clan Wolf is losing this world and has to get out. So they're trying to get to a pair of Overlord dropships, and we have to stop them. You can destroy the Overlord dropships, and that will count as a win. However, they're really serious damage sponges, so it's just not worth the effort. You're just not going to be able to do it unless you really cheese the game.
Critical. Shutdown sequence initiated. Shutdown sequence overridden.
Please die, Stormcrow. What the hell? Yeah, this guy's should be dead several times over. Oh my god. There he goes. Thank you. I meant to answer this earlier when the convoy started. I meant to answer this earlier, but I did play Living Legends. I got Crisis just for the sole purpose of playing Living Legends, the mod for that game, which turns it into mech combat. I actually played with a group of players over at the channel Battle Couch Gaming. Before that was a thing, we just played together for fun. We came from MechWarrior Online because that game was sort of dying, and tried that out. This was maybe 5 years ago, and there were only about 8 players online in the entire mod, which is a bit of a red flag. Then we got into a match, had some small amounts of fun. The game was a little clunky because it's a mod. The art style I thought was kind of ugly, but that doesn't matter too much if the game is fun. So I'm fine with that. But the killer was actually, unfortunately, the community. As many games start to age and they lose their player base, typically only the hardcore remain. Everyone who's just playing the game for fun or casually kind of gets isolated, or in the case of games like Living Legends, usually just banned. If they think people aren't taking the game seriously, they'll just boot them out. Same thing happens to Mech Assault for the Xbox. I played that online a little bit, and everyone was just so angry all the time. I just never returned to it, even though I enjoy the game a lot for what it is. Mech Assault is nowhere near as much fun as the MechWarrior series, but it's fun. And Living Legends was the same, sadly, where I like the game, but when everyone's just grouchy all the time and just can't seem to enjoy things, I just can't stick around. That's part of the problem I have with MechWarrior Online. MechWarrior Online is going through its death throes. It really has been for about 5 years now, where almost every match you see the same people every time. And ever since the Ghost Heat update, back whenever that was, I think it's the same patch they added the Victor in. The game's just been losing its funness. It's been becoming very bland. Just not really something I want to.
Primary objective: destroy command vehicles. Successful. Proceed to dust-off zone for extraction.
It's not really something I want to get into if everyone's just taking the game too seriously. I don't mind if everyone's like calling drops and things like that. Like, okay, everyone go here. Yeah, sure, cool. That's fun. That's fine. But when everyone's like, no, you gotta use the meta. You gotta get the best build. If you're not doing 2,000 damage a match, then, you know, you just got a shriveled small penis and just, you're not worth my time. Shut up. It's painful, because most MechWarrior gamers are old, myself included. So when someone screams over a microphone, it's not a 12-year-old doing it, it's someone who's in their 40s or 50s, and it's kind of depressing to listen to. Strangely enough, little kids I've never had an issue with in MechWarrior Online. They've actually been the best players I've played with, because they're always super polite. I think they're just terrified of pissing off all the old guys around them. But it's a lot of fun in matches like that when everyone's young. It's also fun if everyone's just a drunken wreck, because everyone's laughing, having a good time. And I don't know, a game like any first-person shooter just, I don't think works very well for just drunken shenanigans. But when you're in like a game like this, where it's a simulator, you're trying to be realistic, and you're just fumbling over the controls the entire time. It's a blast if you're playing with everyone who's just completely out of their mind. One of my favorite games, I haven't played it in forever, because I think it got patched to death just like MechWarrior Online, but Guns of Icarus. It's a lot of fun to play with friends, especially if you're all drinking. But back to Living Legends, which I believe Draco Burnhand asked about. Yeah, those are my thoughts. I like the mod itself. Just it doesn't seem anyone plays it anymore, or at least no one I would enjoy playing with seems to play it anymore. I, of course, still have Crysis on my Steam account, so I could always reinstall it, just I've never really felt the urge to do so. Maybe if, like, I get a sizable group to play with, I will come back to it. But sadly, the death of MechWarrior Online kind of drove everyone I know away from MechWarrior in general. It's kind of sad, too. I had a group of, like, 25 people I would play with, and all but one quit the game, including myself, for about 3 years. I just came back to it because I had nothing else to do. And I still have my nostalgia for MechWarrior Online in the beta days. It's strange that the beta version of a game can be so much more fun than the actual release. Plus, the actual release of the game was such a joke. They literally just took beta off the title and said, yeah, it's done now. No new content. Okay, I still have a lot of time left, so I'm actually going to go after the bonus objective over here. I may or may not die, but I'm just going to consider this mission completed because I've already effectively killed everything and gone to the dropship. So if I die, I'll just conclude this and move on to the next video. I think there are the warehouses. That's usually where the munitions are stored. Yep, there's the Mad Dog guarding it. Please, don't move yet. I want to hit you in the butt. I love that deep reverberating boom when the particle cannons strike in this game. It's so cool.
Inspected. Structure contains munitions. Critical target inspected. Structure contains mech parts. Nav Epsilon reached. Critical target inspected. Structure contains mech parts.
Alright, I'm just going to set this into autopilot. And go back to my friend... Oh no, that's not where I want to go. I want to go to Zeta. Go back to old friend Tinkerbell mode, just so I can fly around. and have some fun with that. Because I'm not going to be able to do anything else besides walk in a straight line to this dropship. I mentioned this earlier, but I believe this is supposed to be a lion dropship. It kind of looks like one if you squint and are maybe drunk and high and on meth. Kind of. I guess it looks like a lion dropship.
Disabled.
What? Why can't I... Oh, it must have picked up the controls. Anyways, that looks like a lion dropship. I think that jaggedness is supposed to be part of the lion's geometry. It could be something else. There are so many dropship types. But I think that's just the fourth type of dropship in the game. Besides the Broadsword Union and Overlord.
Mission successful.
Alright, finally done with that mission.